wai te Māori nuku. Marama wai te Māori rangi. Ko te Māori KL, te Māori tipua. Ka pakaru mai te pō, tau mai te Māori. Honie, hoie, taikie. Kia ora, everyone, and welcome once again. My name's Grant. I'm from ProspleNewZealand. Great to have you all online and beaming across the country into NZ. I think we've got a few of our Australian employers and clients online as well. So great to have you all here. I'm joined by my co-host, Jeff Adams, who's dialed in from Melbourne, Australia.
Hi, Grant. Thanks for having me. Nice to see everyone. Thanks for being here. Yeah, really excited to be releasing the top 100 for New Zealand today, the second one we've ever done, with a couple of tweaks, and all for the better, we think. And we're just really excited to be able to be meeting on the screen, better than nothing, given the current environment. And thanks again for joining us. Looking forward to the next 45 minutes to an hour with you all.
Thanks, Jeff. It's great to have you online, mate. So, quick agenda per se. As Jeff alluded to, this session we should squeeze into an hour. So we'll be able to pop our proverbial champagne bottles and beer and whatnot to celebrate you. Hopefully, make the top 100 and ranking very high. So just to step through what we're going to cover off, we'll be covering off the top 100 methodology. As Jeff mentioned, we've tweaked it and improved it this year. So we'll be
I'll just take over, Grant, because there's an audio issue there, mate. But yeah, we'll be covering off the new top 100 methodology first of all. Then we'll be going through some graduate insights of what we're learning with all of the work we're doing with university students. We're then going to go through each sector winner one by one, and then one of the other co-founders here at Prosple, Jeff Duncan, is going to give us a quick business update. We'll wrap up with some more sector winners, and then finally the top 100 list as a whole, and of course the number one spot for New Zealand. Grant, might have you back now, mate, with audio.
Let's see. Testing, 1, 2.
Got it. Well done.
Cool. Not sure what happens. Tech issues though. It's like the catchphrase of 2020. Awesome. So let's roll into things. First thing on the agenda is we're going to get to know everyone online. So give me 2 seconds. I'm not off to a great start on the tech side of things with the audio, so we'll see if we can run a poll and launch polling. So it'd be great to hear.
Where are you all working from?
Yeah. Any beachgoers? A few from home. Nice.
Anyone not telling? Bit of sense of humour there, mate? No? What have we got?
One's not telling. My favourite attendee to start off with. This is all anonymous, but if it wasn't, I'd give you brownie points, definitely. Beach, nice. We'll share. I actually forgot that the attendees can't see the poll until afterwards, so let's end the polling there, and I'll share the results with you. And on your screen, you should see that office is by far and away.
Oh, good.
Actually,
so that's really interesting. Here in Australia, it wouldn't be that yet. So New Zealand's certainly ahead of the pack for being back in the office. Great to see.
Thank you, Jacinda.
Yes.
Awesome. Poll number 2. Where would you travel first when international borders open? What about you, Jeff?
Oh, mate. It's boring, but I'd probably go Europe. So to be interesting, I'd say Antarctica. I think. But Europe's the pick, definitely.
Someone voted Europe within a millisecond of this poll coming open. Someone's super keen to.
Someone's trigger happy to get on a plane.
See the COVID vaccine rolling out and like, yep, give me some of that. Europe's on my agenda. I actually had to cancel my European trip, which I was due to go in May last year due to COVID. sure I wasn't the only one that was impacted though. But yeah, can't wait to get back there.
Yes, Chris.
Share results.
Where are we going? We are going to Europe. Yep.
Hopefully not influenced by the host.
No.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
So the new top 100 methodology, as I alluded to, I've actually got my colleague Richard McEwen, he's based in Norway. So it's about 3 a.m. there. So he wasn't super keen on getting out of bed at that time. So but he sent through a video for us to watch and explaining the methodology. So I'll just play that now.
Kia ora. My name is Richard and I work with GradNewZealand. And this year I've been particularly involved in developing the new methodology for our GradNewZealand top 100 employers. So I want to spend a couple of minutes just taking you through how that works so everybody is across it. Now, as you might remember, last year we published New Zealand's first graduate employer ranking. And in that year, we looked at student popularity. So we polled students on campus and online and asked them what employers they most want to work for. Now, this is really important because as recruiters, you know, if you want to get good quality applications, you need to first make sure that students know about your employer brand and know that you're hiring graduates. But we always felt like something was missing. And so this year, we've decided to combine a popularity metric with a quality metric or a satisfaction metric of your graduate program. And so let me share my screen and show you how that works. So as you can see, last year here, the score was measured purely on student popularity, but this year we've taken a blended measure of both student popularity and program quality. I'm going to step you through quickly how we determined both of these scores and ultimately came up with this year's 2021 top 100 graduate employers. The first task for us was developing a list of nominees. We needed a starting point, somewhere to begin giving scores to employers. So we began by looking at the employers that got votes in the 2020 top 100 survey. If you polled votes there, you were included in the nominations. We also included any employers that posted a job on GradNewZealand or on another site that we run in New Zealand. On top of that, if any student searched for your name on GradNewZealand, now you don't need to be featured on GradNewZealand for somebody to search for you, but if somebody searched and we picked that up, then you got included in the nominations as well. And finally, if you were listed as an employer on another graduate employment site, then you were included in the list as well. So this gave us a list of about 400. We then make sure all of those employers were actually planning or had recruited graduates in the last 2 years. And that's what we used as our basis for the analysis. Okay, so from there, we began looking at ways to measure popularity. And we used 3 different sources. The first was looking at Google search data from New Zealand. And so for every employer that made the nominations list, we ran some analysis on how frequently terms like employer name graduate program or employer name internship or employer name clerkship, if they were a legal firm, was run in Google during the 2020 calendar year. So that was the popularity metric 1. The second metric was related to employer searches on GradNewZealand. So again, students can search any employer here. It doesn't matter if you're featured or not. And so if you appeared in that data, then that is another score that was added to your employer's name. And finally, if you were featured on GradNewZealand, then we looked at the total number of page views that your organization polled in the 2020 calendar year. For each of those 3 scores, you were ranked against your peers and given a score out of 10. So the employer with the best score in each one got 10, and the employers with the worst scores got a 0. and everybody ranked linearly in between. And from there, we took the best 2 out of 3. Now, this is important because we wanted to make sure that it was fair and equal to all employers. So if, for example, you didn't work at GradNewZealand, then this score might not have counted. Or if, for example, for whatever reason, you weren't searched particularly well on Google, but you did perform well here, then only those 2 scores would count. So in this example here, just the top 2 scores count and the overall score is 9. Moving on to quality, here we used graduate reviews to determine how satisfied students were with your graduate program. Now, the primary source here was graduate reviews on GradNewZealand, and this is because GradNewZealand is the only source that is conducting workplace satisfaction reviews for graduates. So we just look at students that are or graduates that are within their first few years of work to make sure that that we're capturing data that's relevant for this survey. Now, if there are employers that didn't have reviews on GradNewZealand, then we did look at some external sources, and we took, again, your best 2 out of 3 scores from reviews left on Seek, Glassdoor, and Indeed, and obviously only from employees within New Zealand. So combining those 2 measures, we came up with a popularity score. And as you saw on the first slide, your total score that contributed to the top 100 was a 50% weighting of popularity and a 50% weighting of quality. So we're really happy with what this means going forward. We think it's a much better metric for students and gives them better decision-making ability on which employers they should work for. So congratulations to everybody that made the top 100 this year. I hope you're looking forward to seeing the results soon.
Thank you, Rich, for dialing in from Norway, except not getting up at 3 a.m. for us. He normally is up pretty early anyway, working with our side. But yeah, hopefully that gives you a bit of insight as to the sort of background as to the new methodology for the top 100 ranking. And it's not just a popularity ranking, but including popularity, and marketing and so forth, but also obviously the quality of graduate programs for the benefit of students.
Making sure the grads are happy on the job.
Yeah,
it's an important piece. Awesome. For this next bit, I will hand over to my colleague, Jeff Duncan. So Jeff's one of the founders of Prosple. So you'll be taking us through the graduate insights.
Thanks, Grant, and thanks everyone for joining. I'll keep this super short because I know I'm keen, and I'm sure you're keen to get into the fun stuff. But Grant, if you want to go to the next slide, you know, Richard has primarily talked about the satisfaction or quality metrics that we collect in the survey, but there's a lot of other data there as well. You know, we ask about career intentions, work hours, salary benchmarks, all this kind of stuff. So there's some really cool, you know, analysis that can be done, and we can obviously cut this data by sector, by location, by student cohort, faculty, so on and so forth. So I obviously can't go into a lot of that right now, but in terms of some high-level factoids that I found interesting, I did a quick cut here of average graduate hours per week, cut by sector. And so you can see here, probably no surprises for a lot of you on the call that are familiar with the work environments in these various sectors. Consulting, management consulting, like obviously a sector that's known for working very hard and long hours, and other, like the likes of law, you kind of expect to see up the top, knocking on the door of 50 hours a week. So this is self-reported from graduates. And then at the other end, again, possibly no surprises, the government public services sector being quite reasonable in terms of work-life balance, which is nice to see. So I'll get you to keep that in mind. Grant, if you want to roll to the next slide. I did find this really interesting. This is overall satisfaction. So this is kind of one of the key metrics that's driving the individual organization rankings, but this is the average aggregate at the industry level. And you can see a couple of things in terms of the industries. IT communications doing very, very well with a reasonable lead on all the other sectors. But what I wanted to point out here was the enormous difference between your average happiness of a graduate, and if we take, for example, Glassdoor, you can see on the far right there as being indicative of the average happiness of someone a bit further progressed in their career, which tends to be the case. Most of the other sites that aren't focused specifically on the graduate market, like GradNewZealand is, tend to get a more experienced, mid-career audience. And I think it's great to see, and a testament to the good work of a lot of the people on this call, that graduates are very happy. And so, I thought that deserves pointing out. There's a really a big difference there. They're enjoying their work for the most part. We can speak to some of the variations and differences within sectors, but overall, that's a really fantastic result, and speaks to the effort and culture that you guys have been developing at your firm. So, hats off to you. Grant, if you want to go to the next slide. So, as I said, that's obviously the high level, the aggregate, the overall satisfaction, and then in the survey, we do our best to delve deeper and scratch below the surface and understand what are the underlying drivers there. So again, this is just overall students. We're not talking about any particular sector here, but very happy with diversity, very happy with culture. And I was really pleased to see really happy with relationships with their managers, which again is a testament to the types of people we have on this call. That's a fantastic thing to see coming through in the survey data. In terms of things that were dragging down the average and students, graduates rather, reporting being less satisfied with, green initiatives was bringing up the tail end, salary was bringing up the tail end, and career progression bringing up the tail end. Career progression is an interesting one. I actually took the time to delve into the comments, because we obviously collect the score, but we also ask them to explain their their position wherever possible. And career progression often comes down to simply transparency. And it appears to me that it's not necessarily that the organisations don't have career progression options for the early careers graduates, hires rather, but it's just they're not sure. The visibility isn't there, and so they will often assume the worst. So that's something to keep in mind. Just a lot of students just say, I just don't know. I'm sure obviously there is a career progression, and I like the work I'm doing, but it's not clear to me where I go from here. And so I thought that was quite interesting. Brian, if you want to skip to the next slide. This one I also found interesting. This is the percentage of graduates who intend to leave within 2 years. And so most of the respondents here, have started not very long ago. And for me, the 2 years is an interesting benchmark, because if you think about this, particularly from the perspective of a firm in professional services, that 1 to 2 years, if you take into account all the investment of hiring someone, training them, and management time, all the rest, typically if they leave between 1 to 2 years, if you do the maths on it and look at it straight, look at it straight from the perspective of dollar return, they leave within that 1 to 2 year mark. You don't tend to break even on your investment, and so what we're looking at here is it obviously varies from firm to firm and by sector. But you could think of this as the percentage of hires where, the ROI isn't there, if we want to just look at it strictly from a pure commercial business perspective and forget about the human element. And I thought it was interesting. A couple of things. Obviously, some sectors doing really well. IT and communications, public service, sort of 1 in 5 or north of 1 in 5 graduates have no intention of staying more than 2 years. Now, there's a number of different ways you can interpret this data. I do want to call out, though, that this doesn't seem to correlate well with satisfaction. If you recall, so you can see IT and communications is at the higher end in terms of the percentage of graduates who intend to leave soonish, but they're also the most satisfied graduates. So it's hard to it's hard to know what to make of this. And one read is it's more a reflection of the the mindset of the types of students and graduates that are going into particular sectors, as opposed to them wanting to leave because they're not happy with the role or the career progression. So it's, the question then, it does beg the question, is there a lot we can do about this? And I don't know the answer to that, but I did think it was interesting. Is there another slide, Grant? I think there might be one more if you want to go to the next slide. Qualifications. Look, not a lot to say about this. This is the percentage of respondents with a postgraduate qualification, so something above an undergraduate degree, and again split by sector. I thought this was interesting. Obviously, a lot of people in law, IT, communications, mining, energy, and gas going in with north of 20% having a postgraduate qualification. I do actually question that law figure. I think that's possibly what's happening there is students are treating their GDLP qualification as and rightfully so, as a postgrad qualification. So that might be skewing that a little bit. But again, if you're looking at your own cohort and looking for a benchmark in terms of, undergrad versus postgrad hiring, this could be an interesting benchmark. If you want to go to the next slide, Grant. So, this is all obviously high level stuff, aggregate level stuff, can sometimes be difficult to read into too much. But as I said, there's a lot of interesting data there. It can be cut any which way. And so if you're looking for, if you're putting forward a business case, or, you've got a storyline you're working on for a broader HR strategy, and you think this data can help, make sure you get in touch with Grant or your account manager to see if we can help out. In most cases, it's easy enough for us to do a report against industry peers, and again, it's anonymized. So, but basically comparing your results against a basket of similar organizations, and that can sometimes be insightful and help you, with your planning and strategy. So make sure you reach out if you have any requests there, and we'd be more than happy to help out.
Great, thanks, Jeff. So let's move into the really, really fun stuff, which is the awards. So we'll step through in terms of sector winners, and the first sector, so we're going to go A to Z. So apologies, transport and logistics and technology, is accounting and advisory. So coming at number 5 this year, BDO. Congrats, BDO. At number 4 is Deloitte. Awesome work, Adriana, on the team. KPMG in at number 3. Number 2 is PwC. Awesome work, PwC. And coming in at number 1 for this year, the top 100 Accounting Advisory Sector Award winner is EY. Awesome work, EY. And I think
fantastic. I think we've got Jackie on the line. You there, Jackie?
Yes, I am.
Huge congratulations. Well done.
Oh, thank you. Just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone, and just a really big shout out to everyone in the graduate recruitment industry in New Zealand for all the great work that everyone's doing in supporting junior talent, not just in professional services, but all sectors. So thanks very much.
Congrats, Jackie. Awesome work. All right, next up, we've got banking and financial services. Jeff, do you want to take us through this one?
Yeah, I'd love to. In 5th position, we have IAG. In 4th, ASB. We then have Westpac, ANZ, and taking out number 1 spot in the banking and financial services is the Bank of New Zealand. Congratulations, Bank of NZ. Huge, fantastic effort. We got anyone on the call coming in?
We do. We've got Marion. I think you should be able to speak now.
I sure am. Hey, thank you so
Congrats.
much to everyone.
Well done.
Really appreciate all the support, and just like to echo what Jackie did say, it's amazing to see the talent coming through the graduate pipeline, and just a huge shout out to Grant and Jordan for supporting us over the last year to help us change some of our content on the site. So amazing to see some results out of it.
Awesome. Congrats.
Well
I
spoken.
know that you and the team have worked really hard over the last few years to make this possible. So great work, Marion. All right. Next on the bucket list, we've got construction and property services. So coming in at number 5 for this year is CBRE. Well done, CBRE. Hawkins at number 4. Number 3, Fletcher Building. Well done, team. Coming in number 2 is Fulton Hogan. Awesome work.
Ooh, good.
And at number 1, construction and property services sector winner is Downer Group. Awesome work, team. And
I think we've got Ryan.
Yep.
You there? Are you there, mate?
Kia ora, Ryan. Take yourself off mute and you should be good to go. Hopefully
Can you hear?
Oh, there we go.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
There he
yeah, we
is.
can.
Congratulations.
Cool. Thank you so much, guys. And yeah, just, I mean, echoing the same as everybody else that's already kind of spoken. It's just, it's great to see the quality of work that everybody is doing right now in the graduate space. I know it's a pretty fragile space at the moment with just kind of the way in which things have been changing throughout this year. And I think that some of the stats that were shown earlier and just kind of the satisfactory level of graduates right now is a huge testament to everybody that's really been making an effort to make that their graduates feel like they're supported through this time of uncertainty. So congratulations to everybody else that's been nominated. And yeah, look forward to working across the industry with everybody else going forward. So thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate it.
Well spoken, Ryan. Thanks for your
Yeah.
comments. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats, Ryan. And the whole Downer team. Next up, we've got energy and utility services.
Let's go. In 5th spot, Trust Power. Well done. In 4th, BOC. Transpower. Well, better get the order of that correct. Number 2, Meridian Energy. And in 1st spot for energy and utilities, PowerCo. Fantastic. Well done, PowerCo. Must be great. Have we got someone from PowerCo on the line?
We do. We've got Chris Neal dialing in. Chris, you should be good to go if you take yourself off mute. How are you? Congratulations.
Cool. Thanks very much, guys.
2 years running.
I know. 2
Well
years.
done.
I know.
Not just branding, but yeah.
How do you do it?
Unreal.
How do we do it? Well, there was lots of bribery involved. Thanks, Grant, for putting us there 2 years in a row. Checks in the mail, right? No, so.
I hope so. I mean,
so no, we'd just like to say, yeah, thanks so much. It's been great 2 years in a row. Just like to say a big well done as well to all the employers who are recruiting grads in 2020. Bit of a difficult and different year to be recruiting. Pleased to say that we carried on as normal. We in fact employed more grads this year than we have in previous years. Wow. And as many of the guys listening to the call, we carried on through lockdown. All interviews were done via video, all offers, etc., were done through electronic means online, which I think is probably proved the way of the future. So yeah, thanks very much. Here's to a better 2021. Amazing.
Huge amount of work there too for everyone involved. You know, we should say that actually with, you know, last year and the way it all unfolded, a huge amount of work. So to the winners and everyone nominated, it's pretty extraordinary.
100%. The amount of the innovation in this space was incredible and resilience. Well said. But again, Chris, awesome work.
Thanks, Bob.
All right. next sector up is engineering consulting. I think I'm going through this one. I've lost my order, so we'll roll with it.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 5 is Tonker and Taylor. Awesome work, Laura and the team. At number 4, AECOM. Well done, team. Stantec, big movers this year. I think they were in the 90s last year. They've raced up the list. Awesome work. Oricon, well done, Steve and the team at Oricon. And Andy Dell as well, I should say, down in Christchurch. And coming in at number 1 for this year, engineering consulting sector winner is Becca. Again, I think that's another 2 years running. So we should have someone on the line.
I don't think Sarah is online. I'm just.
Oh, it might be Imogen, actually. Yep. Sorry, apologies, Imogen. You should be right to talk now. Congrats.
Yeah, cool. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I just want to, I guess, follow on from what everyone else has said. Last year was super tough for everyone in the way that we've all had to pivot, but also feeling for the grads with everything that happened last year. So I think we all did a super good job and we're super stoked. So thanks.
Well, I'll ask a similar question that I did to Chris. How did you do it? You run a massive program there. A lot of grads and interns every year, so would keep you and the team very busy.
Yeah, it was an extremely busy year, but we're about to ramp up we're taking double the amount of grads that we did last year already. Wow. So the business is ready and rearing to go again.
Awesome. Well, congrats
Work doesn't
again.
Stop. Well done.
Oh, thank you.
We'll get the nice shiny trophy in the mail soon. Awesome. Thanks, Imogen.
Thank you.
Cool. All right, government and public services in 5th spot.
Yeah.
Ministry of Social Development. Well done. 4th, Auckland Council. We have Stats NZ. Number 2, Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment. And in 1st spot, taking our government and public services is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade. Congratulations, team. Well done.
And I'm not sure if Kate is on the call. It doesn't look like. Kate, I don't think she could have made it today.
I don't think she is, no. So huge congratulations. Hopefully you get to watch the recording. Well done. And that's fantastic.
All right. Next up, law. Coming in at number 5, Bell Gully. Well done, Bell Gully. At number 4, Lane Neve. Number 3 is Chapman Tripp. Well done, Chapman Tripp. DLA Piper coming in at number 2. Awesome work. Another very, very big move this year. And coming in at number 1 in 1st spot for the law sector winner for 2021 is Duncan Cottrell. Awesome work, Duncan Cottrell. And I am pretty sure that we've got Amy Pierce.
There she is. You there, Amy?
Hi, can you hear me? Sorry, my connection just dropped out.
Oh, bad time, but we can hear you now. Well done.
Oh no, great, thank you. Hey, just echoing everybody else, thank you so much to Grant and the team. You've really helped us over the last year or so with the content for our page, and it's just been really awesome to be able to support grads, especially through 2020. We kept in really close contact with our incoming grads who start actually on Monday, so it's been flat tack preparing for them, but we're actually really stoked to have them on board and stoked with our ranking. So thank you so much. And congratulations to all the other nominees and to all the other winners this afternoon. Great job, guys.
Awesome work, Amy. It's a super competitive sector. So, and I know how hard you and the team have worked over the last, especially the last few years, to build it up and make your grads happy and making it a very attractive sort of employer choice in this sector. So well done.
Thank you.
Thanks for your comments, Amy. Well done.
Legend. All right, great. So now we'll take a quick pause and a breather in terms of the sector winners, and we will do the shameless business update and plug. So believe I'm heading across to Jeff. Duncan, you're still online. You've got some some thoughts around what we're up to and all the interesting work we're doing.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, mate. And again, I'll keep it super short, and I want to speak to this as it's relevant to employers. Obviously, if you've met with Grant or Jordan or anyone else on the team, they should have run you through the multi-site strategy. And what I mean by that is, we no longer rely purely on GradNewZealand or Grad Australia or our own grad sites in any country to source your traffic, and we're following this partnership strategy where we work with universities or student societies or industry bodies to help source your traffic. So I'll actually speak to that more on the next slide, but that's a big theme has been a big theme for the year just gone, and continuing to focus on it to make sure we get the right student into the right jobs. Virtual experiences is another big one. Launched that early to mid last year. If you're not familiar with it, you can think of it as a job preview, and you can use this as a really, really effective. You can use it for a number of different things. It can be a branding tool to help educate students. It can be a talent trial tool in the sense that you use it as a screening step. But we've got, north of 30 of these live now across Australia and New Zealand. They're proving to be very, very popular with students. So sing out if you'd like to experiment with those. Grant, do you want to speak about virtual events as it relates to New Zealand?
Yeah, most definitely. I'll just quickly chime in. I think Melinda and all the polytechs are actually on this call, so kia ora. So we're partnering with all the polytechs in NZ, or vast majority at least of, to power a number of virtual super fairs in 2021. Personally, I am so over the moon and stoked with this initiative. The amount of creativity and innovation in this space is just incredible. And I'm really, really looking forward to partnering with you all. So the first fair we've got up is the Māori and Pacifica Virtual Career Fair on I think it's the 12th of May, if not the 13th. And we're partnering with Tupatoa on that as well. So again, just want to say a big shout out to the polytechs and for the innovation in this space. Well done. Sorry, Jeff, far away.
Thanks, Grant. No, good point. And for those of you not familiar with this, we've pioneered this concept of a super fair where they're synchronized in the sense that there'll be multiple institutions participating at the same time. What that means for you as an employer is that it reduces your workload. You can join one Zoom call like this, and you'll actually have students from multiple different institutions participating at the same time. So it just makes it easier in terms of coordinating times, workload, et cetera, and we've found the engagement to be really high. We've run about 50 of these during the course of the last 12 months and doing some really good numbers from students, getting some good feedback there. So make sure you reach out if you're interested in those. Super quickly on the blockchain front, this is more new. We've actually just finished phase 1 of this work. It was sponsored by a university in Australia. What we can do now is issue a micro credential to certify that a student has completed a bit of work when they, for example, have completed a virtual experience, a talent trial, whatever it might be. Now, this work has been led on the university front, but it can equally be adopted by employers. So let's say if you wanted to issue students a badge or a certificate when they complete your virtual experience, we can now help you do that. And this is obviously it's an area that's in vogue at the moment. And so if you'd want to use our platform to trial this, to run with new ideas, treat us as your innovation partner. We'd love to help out on that front. And the other bit of work, just to wrap up this slide, is the Prosple Employer Portal. Some of you may already be using this, where you log in, and basically we're working to allow our employer clients to play a more hands-on role in the management of their recruitment strategies, be that managing content or further down the track, a proactive outreach strategy to help them target the right students. And so that's something our development team are working on as we speak. So Grant, if you want to go to the next slide, this is speaking in more detail to the partner strategy that I mentioned before. So you can see traffic, engagement, applications are all going to plan, growing nicely. You can see the yellow kicker on the top of each of these charts is the traffic that's coming from our partner sites. And again, partner could be a university, it could be a student society. What I want to mention here is that we've got a very strict focus on quality traffic and quality engagement. What I mean by that is, it'd be very easy for us to go out and get a lot of, users from a country like India and skyrocket all the numbers we're looking at here. But at the end of the day, well, we call that vanity metrics. It doesn't matter. Our goal here is to get the right students into the right job. And when I say right students, quality students. And so in practice, we'll go out of our way to, and a good example might be Grant, the Women in Tech Society at the University of Wellington. They're one of our partners over in New Zealand. That might only be 30 student users a month, if you're lucky. So we're not talking about big numbers, but they're highly sought after. A lot of the employers on this call will have a real strategy around gender outcomes in tech. So we want to make sure we're getting the right students, the right eyeballs on your employer profiles. And so that's what I mean by quality traffic. And so we'll be continuing that throughout this year. I've said this a lot, and I'm sorry if this is, you've heard this before from me, but our ideal outcome is not to flood you with traffic, flood you with irrelevant applications. That might look fantastic on paper, but at the end of the day, all it does is create work for you. Our ideal scenario is for you to come back to us after having worked with us for a year and say, look, we had fewer applications, fewer candidates come through, but gee, we had a lot of trouble screening them because they were all such good quality. We had a real trouble in that initial screening phase, picking which ones to interview because they're all great. That's our ideal scenario, reducing your workload, but upping the quality because we're getting in front of the right students, for example, via these targeted partnership strategies, and we're getting the right content in front of them. And Grant and the team will, I'm sure you've heard this about why we put such a focus on the profiles, because we want students to be making informed decisions. We don't want spray and pray applications where they have no idea who they're applying to and they don't know whether they're fit. Again, we'd rather students self-select out if they're not going to be a fit before they waste your time, and you are left with only the ones that are making thoughtful, well-directed applications because they understand your organisation and what you're about and what they're applying to. So that's our ideal outcome. And with regards to the partnership strategy, we'll be forging more partnerships in New Zealand throughout the course of this year.
Thanks, Jeff. Great summary.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. So let's roll into the rest of the sector winners. And next cab off the rank is Management Consulting.
So at second spot, we have, sorry mate, I'll do this one. LEK Consulting, I think. Yes, we do. Well done, LEK. Typically a really competitive sector. And then we've got Accenture coming in at number 1. Well done. I think we are trying to get Anne, Malloy, or Tony on the call. Have we got Anne or Tony here?
Or Siraj, actually. I think Siraj you should be able to speak now, Siraj, if you take yourself off mute.
Hey Grant, how are you doing? Siraj here.
Hi, how are you? Congratulations, massive result.
Thank you so much. This is great, and thank you for the great job that you guys are doing. I think it's always good, to see this coming up. I think also congratulations to all the other winners and the participants. As I think a few others have alluded to, 2020 introduced a bunch of challenges, but looking at the results and how everyone's come together, everyone has solved for them. And the proof is in the pudding as we looked at new ways to get candidates in and on board in each and every one of our clients here. So well done.
Amazing effort. Well done. Congrats to you and the team.
Thanks for your comments, Siraj.
Amazing. Next cab off the rank is Media and Communications. So coming in at third spot is Corporate Communications Council. Well done, team. Coming in number 2 is Clemenger Group. And at number 1, coming in is NZME. So awesome work, team. I know actually that you couldn't join this call, so we've got a quick video as a token of appreciation from Lucy at NZME, so I'll play that now.
Hi everyone, I'm Lucy, Engagement Advisor at New Zealand Media and Entertainment. On behalf of everyone at NZME, I just want to say a huge thank you for this award. We are really excited to accept it. At NZME, we are passionate about attracting graduates and students and supporting their aspirations to pursue a career in media. We take a proactive approach with engaging with students and graduates and also boosting our employer brand. We've been involved with employability projects and events, and we've also partnered with external organisations to bring interns on board to help them as they grow into the workforce. So after a challenging year, we are so delighted to be recognised for this award, and we're committed to continuing to grow the next generation of talent as they enter the media industry. So thanks to everyone who voted for us, and thanks to GradNewZealand.
Thanks, Lucy.
Thanks,
well done
Lucy.
again to you and the team. Awesome work. Oh.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
All right. Mining, oil and gas. What have we got here? In 4th position, Halliburton. Congratulations. Next up, Schlumberger. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. Well done, Schlumberger. 2nd, Rio Tinto. And in 1st spot for mining, oil and gas, we have BP. Huge congratulations for a big year. I think we might have Julie on the call. Are you here, Julie?
Yep, I
Yep,
am.
we do.
Can you hear me okay?
Dialing in
Yeah,
from
I can.
Melbourne as well.
Great, yes. Melbourne and still working from home.
Well done, Julie. Congratulations. How did you do it?
Well, I think just, I know that we, despite all of the COVID situation last year, and I guess everything that's spoken about with the economy, we still continue to invest in early careers globally. So not just in Melbourne and Auckland, but a really, really huge thing on our agenda that we continue to hire for. So yeah, just a huge thanks to obviously all of our grads out there who think that we're doing an awesome job. That's always a good thing. And also very timely to win this award as we launch tomorrow afternoon. So we go
for the
again
new
for the
campaign.
year. Yep.
Well done. Never stops. Well done, Julie. Congratulations.
Some good social media content, Julie, to share, saying applications are open. And by the way,
yeah, exactly.
Amazing. Congrats. All right. Next up is R&D and manufacturing. So at number 5, we've got Busy. Well done, Busy. Number 4, NZ Steel. Number 3, Ixom. Well done, team. Number 2 is Honeywell. And coming in at number 1 for R&D manufacturing sector winner for 2021 is GSK. Congrats, GSK. And
well done, GSK.
Brett, are you? Sorry,
Brett
Brent.
Honey.
Yeah, there he is. Kia ora, Brett. Brent,
Hello,
can you
Brett.
hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can now.
Ah, fantastic. Thank you very much.
Congrats.
This is awesome news. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was a huge year for us last year. I'm in Melbourne, but I had a couple of helpers on the ground in New Zealand that really helped me to do a lot of uni engagement, and then obviously had a heap of help from Sam McDonald from Prosple, who helped us to pretty much revamp our whole site. But I want to say thanks to all the other employees on here as well, because I guess students wouldn't come to the site as much if it wasn't for all of your great profiles as well. They don't come for ours, they come for the whole range. So thanks to everybody who's doing great things in the grad space. It really does help us all.
Very humble of you, Brent.
Very
Thanks for
welcome.
your comments, mate.
And that's one sector, pharmaceuticals, that was very, very busy in 2020. I'm sure for the next couple of years.
Well done.
Well done, well managed, awesome result, Brent and the team. All right, next up we've got retail consumer goods. Jeff?
Right. Yes. In 5th spot, we have Unilever. You then have Toyota. In 3rd spot, Kraft Heinz. Taking number 2, L'Oreal. And for number 1 in retail sales and consumer goods, Fonterra. Congratulations, Fonterra. Well done. You got Amy?
We do. Amy, you should be
well done,
live
Amy.
and broadcasting now.
Thanks, guys.
Congrats.
Hey, everyone, and thanks. This is really awesome.
Welcome.
Full transparency from me. I've just moved into managing the grad early careers.
Take all the credit, Amy.
No, I absolutely will. No, this is full credit to Hayley Putaranui and her incredible work in this space.
Yep,
for me,
definitely.
super energizing coming in to things like this, and sort of a great way to, I guess, launch me into the role. So we're really excited to get stuck into another year, and congratulations to all of the other winners as well. It's great to be a part of it.
Well spoken. That's fantastic. And all the best for the new role. That's a nice launch pad for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Congratulations to the prior team that has been working on it as well.
Yeah, I know
Big effort.
Hayley and the team have been working really hard over the last few years on the program. So awesome work. Hayley, if you do, watch this later on. Amazing. Thanks for joining us, Amy. Rolling into next sector is technology.
Oh, big one.
So it's very competitive sector. So coming at number 5 is DXC Technology. Awesome work, team. At number 4, first timers to the top 100, Intergen. Well done, Lani and team. At number 3 is Myob. Coming at number 2 is Microsoft. So there's been a tip of the scales this year in the tech space.
Yeah.
And coming at number 1 is Xero. Awesome work, Xero. And I am pretty sure that Siobhan's still on the call. I know that she was maybe going to have to run off
I
a
think
little
she's
bit
on
early.
there. Have you got us, Siobhan?
I do. Can you hear me?
Yes. Well done.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, this is so amazing. Just, thanks to Grant for all the help with the campaign and everything last year. That was really great. And you and your team did a fab job of helping us there. And look, everyone knows it was a tough year last year, but to have the grads, being so receptive and so happy with, how things are run at Xero, I'm stoked. That just totally makes my day. Really happy. So here we go with 2021's campaign, and that'll be good for everyone, I'm sure. But yeah, just a really nice point for us to kind of go, yes, all the hard work was worth it. Thank you.
Massive congrats. I know you and the team have been, again, really innovative last year. You were one of the first to do this students speed dating sort of setup. Can you talk us through that and what you did in that space?
Yeah, we had a Calendly integration into our website because we knew that we were pivoting so quickly, we were going to miss a whole bunch of careers fairs. So we allowed students to book themselves time with Xero. So we called it My 10 Minutes. And basically they could, fill in a form and go, right, I need to speak to a designer, I need to speak to a developer, I need to speak to a grad team member. And we scheduled that for them, and the Hangouts went from, it was supposed to be 10 minutes and most of them were at least half an hour. So the students engaged with that really well. We were stoked with how that turned out.
Amazing. Thanks for jumping on, Siobhan.
Thanks for having us. And thanks for this awesome award. Really stoked.
All right. Again, a nice big shiny trophy will be in the mail soon down to Wellington.
Well done,
awesome.
Siobhan.
Next up, we've got transport logistics. Jeff, do you want to take over this?
Last sector, yeah. In 5th spot, we have Main Freight. 4th, we have Transdev. Well done. 3rd, Toll Group. Fantastic. In 2nd spot, Kiwi Rail. And who's taken our 1st spot? Aotearoa. Well done. Huge year. Interesting year. Yeah. Massive congratulations to take out this sector as number 1. I think Ryan's joining us. Is Ryan online?
I don't think he could make it,
That's a shame.
unless he's, yeah, but no,
to worry.
massive congrats to the Air NZ
If you
team.
watched
They
the
ranked,
recording, Ryan, well done, and to the whole team of Air New Zealand. Huge, huge win, and all, you know, everyone on this list. It's a big one. I was reflecting on this sector the other day, just in my own thoughts, and I thought, gosh, this is certainly one that was disrupted last year. So huge congratulations, Air New Zealand. I think that's the sector's done. Yes, Grandos, take the floor, mate.
So, and now, the moment that you've all been very patiently waiting for, the top 100 graduate employers and the winner overall. So we'll do the top 10, we'll do a quick countdown. Coming in at number 10, PwC, amazing result, PwC. 9, Stantec. At number 8 is Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, or MFAT. Number 7, EY, awesome work, Jackie and team. At 6 is MYOB, Air New Zealand, awesome work. Number 4 is Oricon, great work, Oricon. Big movers again. And number 3 is Becker. Number 2, well done, Microsoft. Awesome result once again. So they were the top 100 winners last year. So you may have put 2 and 2 together now. So the winners overall for the 2021 top 100 graduate employers for New Zealand is 0.
Well done. Huge.
Awesome work, Siobhan. I think might be. If not, I know that she was.
She is. I think she's there. You back with us, Siobhan?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
You're back. Well
Stop
done.
screaming and put yourself off mute.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh
Congrats.
wow.
How good.
This is. Oh my goodness. This is just. I just don't even know what to say. Thank you so
Love
much.
it.
How awesome is this? Wow. Congratulations to everybody on that top 10 list. I know how hard all of you work, and last year was tough with all those pivots, but man, we did it and we got there and we can do it again. So thank you for this. This is just so great.
What a great result. And pipping Microsoft.
Some pretty heavy competition there.
Some very big competition there in the top 10.
Huge
Overall, actually.
Thank you.
Awesome result. Fantastic work. Really stoked for you guys.
Amazing. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
And just a huge congratulations on all companies nominated. You know, as mentioned,
what, 400 or so overall?
Yeah, 400.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Amazing.
not. This is not just it's not just a popularity contest in terms of the ranking itself now and just alone on brand, but it's importantly the quality of the graduate program as well. So just a huge achievement to all nominations.
Very well said. Awesome. So now it's time to release the full top 100. So that should be showing up in the screen. So very, very quickly try and scan for your business name and see where you've ranked.
Yeah.
I know there was a couple of, I think I've sort of alluded to a few actually, some really, really big movers this year. Jeff, Stantec jumping at number 8. Huge result.
Wow. Yeah.
Intergen coming in, Reserve Bank of New Zealand, I think they moved up 20 or 30 spots. Bank of New Zealand taking up number 15. I think they were mid-20s or so last year. I'm really stretching my memory now. Rocket Lab in at 95. Probably some of the coolest work that I've ever seen. If anyone's come across their work over in the States as well. Massive result.
Huge congratulations to everyone here. As I mentioned before, not just brand is important. It's 50% weighting in this ranking, but it's the quality of the program itself according to graduates. So, you know, hats off. And we're really pleased to be able to work with a lot of companies here, but also those that aren't working with Prospel. It's great to have you on the call with us. I think we're just stepping into another massive recruitment season here at Prospel and GradNewZealand, and yeah, having a look at traffic the other day, things are looking good. So it's we're early, but it's looking like a bumper graduate recruitment season given the uncertainties that last year brought up for us all. It's looking good. It's looking very strong this year. So pretty excited for the year ahead. Sorry, Grant.
No, very well said.
Right, sorry, Grant.
What
I
we
was
had,
just going to chime in and say, we've really enjoyed working with you all. It's been a really tumultuous 12 months for everybody. But, at the same time, really, really rewarding to see the resilience of the sector shine through. And, it's great to be able to work with everyone on the call to, ultimately get the right results for the students, because it's been a tough time for them as well. So, we really appreciate your support from the bottom of our hearts. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you, and we're looking forward to a really exciting 12 months ahead. Hopefully, a few less obstacles to deal with. Fingers crossed. But at any rate, let's make the most of this 12 months, and thank you again for your support.
Very well said. I was just going to do a quick shout out as well to all the universities and polytechs and the careers advisors as well. That they have a huge hand in this and making the graduate program or the graduate recruitment wheel keep on spinning each year. And I know that you guys move very, very quickly to help students find work amongst all these companies as well. So big shout out to all the careers advisors out there as well. I think that does it. We've just hit on 4 p.m. here in NZ, so I think that's as good a time as any to wrap things up. So in terms of next steps, we will be sharing this recording with anyone that's missed it. We'll also be sharing this slide deck as well. And the New Zealand's top 100 graduate employers rankings will be live on the site. I think the team is working pretty hard in the background to get that live as we speak. Feel free to go absolutely ballistic on the socials, get it out there, show off your program to all your students that you're in the top 100. If you should have already received your digital badges that you can share via the socials. But if you haven't, please reach out to me, grant.robson@prospel.com. And yeah, we can make sure that gets sorted, because I may have dropped it in the wrong inbox or it might be, but reach out to me and we'll get you looked after there. But yeah, congrats everyone for all the winners, and for everyone that, again, that's been nominated. Fantastic result. Thanks for joining us.